All right, today we're talking loneliness or being alone. What's the difference? And how do we cope? Roll it. All right, guys. Today I had an email come in from somebody I've helped through make a lot of life changes and get going. Awesome person, and they battled through a lot of ups and downs in their life. And the question they've come to right now with, it's a great success story to get to the point where they're at, but they're dealing with this thing of loneliness. It creeps in on them because they keep trying. They can't find that new person in their lives. Being alone is good. Being lonely, not so good. And we gotta ask ourselves, what's causing all of this, and why do we feel like that? And it usually comes down to not being happy with ourselves, with something. That's the reality when we feel that loneliness creep in. And being alone, though, is healthy. Being able to be alone and really find yourself and grow within, that's healthy. And we sometimes misunderstand that for loneliness. The question always begs, what is that thing we're unhappy with? And that's really putting an emphasis on something that we really want and we can't get. It's kind of like when you buy a camera, a T7i, and then you try it out and you're like, oh, this is awesome. If this was, if this is like this, I can't wait to touch the 1DX. And in your head, you're like, wow. And then you stop caring that much about the Canon T7i and you start looking for the 1DX, and you're never happy with filmmaking and all that again. It's on a tangible side, that's what that is like. On a non-tangible, it's more like, when you say you really want to achieve something, but you can never achieve it and there's nobody supporting you, and you start feeling that loneliness inside that, you'll never achieve and nobody will ever be there for you. It's one of those interactions, and it's also one of those things where when you want somebody and you can't have somebody, and it's not one specific person, it's just having somebody by your side, and that creeps up. It starts haunting you. Instead of being that positive, fun, loving person, we start to get negative, thinking we'll never have anybody, and it's a killer. It just destroys you inside. It's an unbelievable feeling. I think we've all been there. However, what do some people get out of it? Well, they start focusing on certain things that will make them better. It helps them grow, and then they start looking towards that opportunity that if one day somebody comes into my life, I will know what to do and how to do it, and we look forward to that. It's a hard place to get to. Don't get me wrong. It is very hard. But if we keep practicing, that practice turns into a habit, and that habit launches us into that opportunity one day. Here's the email. Hi, Nikos. After going through a bad marriage and a bankruptcy, I'm finally back on my feet. Congrats. I'm finally glad to hear it. A lot of work with you. Financially, I am doing great with the new business I started. Thanks for the help, by the way. No problem. That's why I'm here. I am pumped like you wouldn't believe about it. Okay? I am moving in the right direction, and I feel things are going to happen. However, I feel alone and hate the feeling. I can't meet anyone for the life of me. I keep thinking things will get better, but they don't, and that loneliness creeps in. I keep having to push myself. What can I do to help myself get through it? All right. The question really comes down to, where are you at now in your headspace? Where are you at now with your business? Where are you at now with your personal life achievements and goals? It kind of seems, and this is what generally happens, you start working and improving on yourself, which you've done. Awesome. You followed advice. You started growing on that advice, and you took it to the next level. You got there. That's awesome. So the business side, that's moving. Your financial side is there. But what about you and taking care of you? Are you still going to the gym? Are you still eating healthy? Are you still getting that family time in, seeing everybody, making sure you have that time in there? And then, of course, what are you doing to go meet new people? What are you doing to grow and practice? And are you saying that you just can't meet anybody, or are you dating and you can't meet anybody? If you're dating and you keep moving forward on the dates, eventually somebody will come in. the new era of dating, everybody's like, they've been meeting a couple people and they start dating a couple people, they stop trying to meet new people, and then eventually they'll start dating one person for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they break up, and then they have to start that process again. And it's just a loop until you finally find somebody you connect with. It seems that in knowing you is that you stop doing those few fundamental things that will keep helping you move forward, and that's making sure you're eating healthy and hitting up the gym and making sure you stay healthy. That will keep your mental state healthy with your objective of your business and financially keeping a safe place in your pocket, like cash flow. Keep moving on those things and keep looking for opportunities. So instead of sitting there and wondering, I can't meet anybody and staying home and just working, why not take your laptop and go work in a space like a coffee shop, etc., etc. Or why don't you move out of where you're working and go work in a space where it's open and a lot of businesses are in that space, like Toronto or the big city centers, Toronto, New York, LA. They have a lot of places where it's open concept and you get to meet a lot of people, and that's where you get to meet people, and from those people you'll meet other people, and from those other people you might meet somebody. Going out and dating and going online, I mean, a lot of people I talk to, they don't want to go online, and you repeat doing the same thing, going to the same bar, the same coffee shop. You're going to see the same faces over and over. You're not going to get that opportunity that you want to find. So really hone in on this. The loneliness you're experiencing is because you really want it bad. Now, to get rid of that loneliness and focus on succeeding at this and getting back to that happy spot is to get those things in check, and most certainly start treating this as practice, that you're going to keep practicing, waiting for that one person that when they show up, you're going to do everything right. And once you get this clicking over the next month, 2 months, then you're going to be flying again. You're going to be feeling good, just like you did when you got out of this whole bankruptcy. You got back on your feet and you started succeeding. That is just an achievement in itself that not many people can do. So just figure out 100% what things you're doing right, what things you're doing wrong, and what things you want to change that you're doing wrong. Look at that one habit that isn't really helping you in the dating scene and change it so you can improve all your other good habits, and you can have another habit to work on, so now you're working on those habits in a positive way. Comment below, like, and subscribe.
Snow again.